Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Steelers' $6 million safety has a savage 7-word response to Aaron Rodgers rumors. Amidst talk of the Green Bay Packers bringing back some familiar faces, one player that is well and truly never coming back to play in Green Bay is Super Bowl winner and Packers legend, Aaron Rodgers. Not only did the Packers end their relationship with Rodgers on what can only be described as a very sour note, but they also have their quarterback of the future in Jordan Love, who has brought the team to successive postseason berths, despite having the youngest roster in the NFL in both years. Rodgers is set for yet another fresh start after it came out on Sunday that the Jets intend to cut the 4x MVP this offseason and move forward with another option at quarterback. One of the best fits for the former Packer, if not the best, moving forward, is thought to be the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers are already a playoff roster that suffered from poor offensive output despite a strong defense. Heard that story before in Pittsburgh? And whilst the defense did start to taper off towards the end of the year, it's safe to say that under head coach Mike Tomlin, and with former Defensive Player of the Year, T.J. Watt, still on the team, the Steelers' D will remain a well-above-average unit. Ownership has already pledged to address the receiving core situation coming into 2025, and with a young, improving offensive line, Pittsburgh makes a whole lot of sense but not for all. Steelers safety, Deshaun Elliott, made his feelings abundantly clear about the prospect of landing the former All-Pro whilst commenting on an Instagram post from JPAFootball.ina now deleted IG response. Elliott made a brutal dig at the idea of Rodgers coming back to the Midwest. Leave his ass at the retirement home is about as crystal clear as it gets when it comes to player statements that are so often cryptic and deliberately confusing. Rodgers has publicly stated that he would like to continue playing in the league in 2025, and although he will turn 42 by the conclusion of this upcoming season, he is still a top 15 QB in the league. Elliott's aversion to Rodgers is unknown at this point. Perhaps he is trying to defend current QBs, Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, who are both likely vying to be re-signed this offseason. Or perhaps he feels that the Rodgers off-field antics and big personality won't be a good fit for the Steelers' locker room, although Pittsburgh has historically embraced all sorts of characters. And it may just be that the thought of having yet another quarterback transplant from another organization, who is no longer at his best, is just unappealing to fans and players alike, and the desire to start afresh with a new QB is far more appetizing, no matter that quarterback's previous pedigree. Steelers' Justin Fields breaks social media silence after Super Bowl. Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Justin Fields didn't have a single word in his latest activity on Instagram. But if one believes in the saying, pictures are worth 1,000 words, then Fields said quite a bit. The morning after the Super Bowl, Fields posted a photo of himself jumping after scoring a touchdown for the Steelers in Week 3 of the 2024 season. Steelers Depot tweeted that this was Fields' first Instagram activity in nearly a month. Fields posted a thank you message for the 2024 season on Instagram on January 15. That is his most recent Instagram post. Will Justin Fields return to Pittsburgh Steelers? The media tends to make too much of players' social media activity. But from Pittsburgh's perspective, it can't be a bad thing that Fields is posting pictures of himself with the Steelers more than a month after their season ended. Fields will be an unrestricted free agent in a month. But based on the picture, he doesn't appear to be ready to leave Pittsburgh. The question is whether the Steelers will reciprocate those feelings. Early indications this offseason were that they would, but more recent reports have been more mixed. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler wrote on February 8 that the door is open for the Steelers to bring back Fields. But Fields could be in demand when free agency begins, and Fowler described the Steelers as split on whether to re-sign Fields or Russell Wilson. Wilson, who started more games than Fields in Pittsburgh during 2024, is also an unrestricted free agent. Fox Sports' Jay Glazer conveyed a similar message, arguing on February 6 that the Steelers haven't made a decision on who will be their quarterback next season. Glazer added that it won't be Wilson and said Fields might not return either. Fields started the first 6 games of the 2024 regular season in place of Wilson, who had a calf injury. Fields led the Steelers to a 4-2 record while completing 66.3% of his passes. He also averaged 6.9 yards with 5 touchdowns and 1 interception. Over the final 2.5 months, the Steelers used Fields as a change of pace behind center. While he didn't start again, Fields made strides as a passer during his first season with the Steelers. He finished 2024 with a career-best 65.8% completion percentage and 0.6% interception rate. He also rushed for 289 yards and 5 touchdowns. Analyst: Steelers could land Notre Dame QB Pittsburgh. With the Pittsburgh Steelers in need of a quarterback for the coming season, it is possible that they look to the draft to address their needs. With the 2025 quarterback class looking quite weak, it is unlikely that they end up selecting a quarterback, but a flyer in a later round could be a possibility. Fox Sports' Colin Cowherd has spoken on the Steelers at length for years, and his newest topic of discussion is possible quarterbacks for the Steelers for next season. Cowherd is now focused on Notre Dame's Riley Leonard, who helped lead the team to an appearance in the college football playoff final, where they would go on to lose to Ohio State. Cowherd had high praise for Leonard, comparing him to a former Buckeye and Steelers quarterback in Justin Fields, who is rumored to be re-signing with the Steelers this offseason. Also, I think, keep your eye on Pittsburgh in the 2nd, 3rd round, Riley Leonard. A little like Justin Fields, Cowherd said. Athletic, big, nice arm, young. I think Pittsburgh's in the market to draft a quarterback. I do not believe that the Steelers would draft a quarterback that early if they go forward with signing a free agent quarterback. In a year with a quarterback class as weak as this one, the Steelers would be taking an inordinate amount of risk on a quarterback with unclear potential. This is quite unlike the Steelers' draft and personnel strategy recently, so it seems too hard to believe they would do so. The Steelers would be better off addressing positions of need in the earlier rounds of the draft, including wide receiver and tight end, and taking a free agent with experience but no flashiness to helm the offense at the quarterback position. And are you a fan? What do you think of the Riley Leonard situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.